What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday. We're here. We are here. What's up? Oh, man. Excited. Getting some stuff in. So I'm happy. Not everything's in, though. You guys don't know what I'm talking about, but it's okay. So yeah, we're here. Chapter 310. I have to update this. Hold on. Chapter 310. There we go. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. What's up, Madman? How are you? I'm trying to think what could this chapter possibly be about? I have no idea. Like last week ended in a way where it's just like I don't know where it's gonna go. So I kind of just want to let the chapter take me. I don't have the chapter up yet. I have the My Hero section of Viz up right now, looking at the chapter listing, but I don't have the chapter in front of me. But I do see new chapter coming in 14 days, so we have a break next week. Let's open up this color page. And the gauntlets are red. Okay, the gauntlets are red. Look at his eyes. Wait, is his hood dingy, dirty, or is it bloody? Because it's got like a reddish tint to it. It could just be dirty. It'd be kind of savage if it was bloody. It's got the same pattern on the knees. So I'm thinking it's a little dirty. What's up, Simo? How are you? Looks a little bit like Metal Sonic. Just a little bit, yeah. 310 Masters and Pupils. It's bloody. Yeah. Okay. Alright, page 2. I can't hear my own music. How am I supposed to vibe out if I can't hear my own music? Alright. I can come out of this. All right. Page 1. It's moody. It's dark. Rainy. What was the chapter title? I forgot that fast. Masters and Pupils. Okay. You monsters. And they're shooting back. Zoom in. Page 2. You've got it all wrong. Please leave me alone. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just scared. Please stop. Who is this? Yeah, right. You're trying to get us to drop our guards and then you'll strike. She's crying. She's pleading for her life. She is rather large. Or they're really tiny. This guy has a guitar sword? Am I bugging out? Please zoom in a little more. I don't know what that is. I'm still looking on page 4. That guy's got like jetpacks. Well, it looks like some sort of like energy cannon backpack thing that he has on. All right, moving over to 5. Oh, look at Deku. You see that? Hold on. Whoa. Deku jumps in and the blast. How Hori did the paneling. He did the paneling between the sound effects. Not the paneling. He did the blast between the sound effects. But it like got to Deku and it kind of like hit an energy field and just like splashed off. Huh. I'm on 5. That shot of Deku's pretty cool too. Calm down. Please calm down. Forgive me. And then he grabbed onto the pole. I understand that it's a stormy night and everyone's on edge. But this woman is not a threat to anyone. Look at Deku, man. Yeah, well, she shouldn't wander around in the dark looking like that. Some discrimination happening. I didn't think that was still a thing. I should have expected it was a thing, but I didn't think it would be like that. But there's prejudiced people all over the place still. And they dipped off. I was slow to evacuate. This town didn't experience any major upheaval at first, so I just hid at home and waited for it all to blow over. But people started getting hurt here and there and I was scared. I thought I should take shelter at a hero school, so I ran into the night. And well, trying to figure out what kind of animal she is. She is very tall though. I'm sorry. Everything turned out so horrible, so fast. Look at Deku. Love this kid. I bet everyone else is just as scared. That's pretty cool. I wonder if it'll ever go back to normal. I'll make it so. And then she says, uh-huh. And he just drifts off into... Racism arc, let's go. Yeah. He just drifts off into the darkness. That's pretty cool. She looks like she could kill someone by snoo. Oh my gosh. Her design is pretty cool though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. She reminds me of like a little bit like a Crash Bandicoot character. Just a little bit. All right. Page 8. Look at All Might. I put this in the Discord. I don't know if anybody replied to it. I forgot to check. But it literally dawned on me. I'm like, All Might is probably one of the richest people in the world. Because heroes they got paid for their service, and All Might, who was essentially like not he wasn't the number one hero for 40 years. He had one for all for 40 years. So I would say for about 30 years, All Might was the number one hero. There's no way he's not filthy rich. And All Might, are you okay, miss? All Might, huh? All Might? Huh? All Might, could you get her to a shelter? I can't afford to be around anyone. Hang on, take this. There's tonkatsu in there to keep your spirits up. And ta-da! Oh, look at and we don't get to see him smile, but the eyes is good enough. Thank you. It'll spoil before long, so eat up. Look at this. Look at this panel. The bottom of 9. Oh my gosh. It's like we slid back in times to darker. It's like we slid back in time to darker days. That panel is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Notice how she threw the umbrella into the air and Deku caught it without missing a beat for conversation. Yeah, he's on point. He's on point. He's on point. He is on point. He's on point. I like this new swaggy All Might though, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, 10. Ooh, more Vestige convo. Waiting with bated breathing, hoping not to stand out. Just like back during the advent of the exceptional. Shigaraki, All for One, Dabi, those Nomu, the League. We still don't have leads on any of them. The authorities don't even have the manpower to properly follow up with the escaped convicts, so the investigation's going nowhere. Yep, the world's easy picking for the bad guys. With All for One's Quirk transplanted into Shigaraki, he was too strong for us to bring down, even with Endeavor and Aizawa Sensei's help. I love this talking to the Vestiges like this. I love it so much. Unless I draw out One for All's full power, I can't stop any of this. Hori is in his bag with these Deku panels up here. Hold on. Now play nice, you two. You have to cooperate with our successor. Look at his eyes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Inside the One for All realm before Midoriya woke up, excuse me. He needs your help to unleash his full power. You think they're still being stubborn? I implore you, my heroes. All right. Silence. I'm on 13 right now. Banjo. Kiddo. How about you catch up on some other quirks in the meantime? Especially Shinomori's and Ends. That way you can visualize them better when you wake up. That's not the worst idea. Alright. We lived through the harshest era. 14. Whoa, we get to see their faces. Hold on. The height of All for One's prosperity. An era when his control spread unchecked. Those who were under his control didn't even realize it, but our leader had misgivings about the future. That scar is disgusting across his face. In order to strike back against All for One's control, he gathered allies and fought. You were there with us. You saw it all. Yoichi. That's his name. I just asked a couple of chapters ago what his name was, and everyone's like, his name's Shigaraki, and I'm like, duh, yeah, his name's Shigaraki, because he took his name, but his first name is Yoichi. I sought to bring down your brother and extinguish so many lives in the process. Because in our battle, victory meant life and defeat meant death. Now you tell us to devote our efforts to one who wants to save our mortal enemy? A boy holding on to such a ridiculous delusion? Hold on. I'm on 16. A ridiculous delusion? Such a sad way to see it. Then tell me this. Why on that day, knowing full well of my ties to your mortal enemy, whoa, did you reach out to me? Huh. I'm liking this. Back in my day. Huh. Hold on. Our battle never could have begun if you hadn't taken me from this room on that day. Besides, what choice do you have now? You know this is the only way. Which is why you've chosen to appear here in the first place, right? Can that boy really bring an end to all of this? Yes. One for all emerged from the will to resist my brother. But... oh man. That's incredible looking. I can't help but see page 19. The moment you reached your hand out to me was when One for All was truly born. Listen up, boy. Things are bound to move more quickly from here on out. Right. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. This is so cool. They both look cool. Man. I'm gonna have to go back and reread. This chapter kills the time travel theory, thank God. That scar on his face is disgusting. Can't help but say he does look like Bakugo though. Can't help it. I think he did it on purpose. Yoichi, that's his name. Yoichi. Let me reread this again. Through the harshest era, the height of All for One's prosperity, an era when his control spread unchecked. Those who were under his control didn't even realize it, but our leader had misgivings about the future. Yeah, I always thought the time travel thing when I was introduced to it was stupid, but I don't. What did I mention it last week? Did I put it in the Discord? But the third user, I was like, maybe he's the guy that because it got brought back up because of the anime in episode 2, whatever episode Vestiges was. But the guy that now that we know his name's Yoichi, the guy that like tackles Yoichi when he was reaching out to All for One, kind of looked like him. I'm like, it could be him, but I don't think it was. It could possibly be, but we do know that these two individuals were under All for One. It's the only thing that makes sense because he was locked up. So they were underlings and they just felt like they were underlings and they were sick and tired of how everything was going down. So they just were not going on a killing spree, but it was just kill or be killed. We need to take this guy down. It wasn't hair color is different. Okay. Yeah, because in the anime, his hair is dark and right here, his hair is light. Okay. Gotcha. What's up, Evan? What's up, Julian? I dig this. I'm glad we got this. I really am. That scar is disgusting on his face, though. Hold on. Question. I'm trying to observe, but in this panel, when he shows up and he's pointing that gun at Yoichi and he reaches out to him, there's no scar on his face, right? Is that scar from whenever he bit the bullet and All for One probably killed him? You think so? Or did he just accumulate that scar in their fights and then he died after that? I don't know. It's something weird that just popped up, but there's no scar on his face at all. That scar is nasty. Maybe, possibly, okay. The only thing that I wish that this spread of all the users behind Deku on the final page, I wish that was a full spread. I wish that panel was a full spread. I really do. I really do wish it was a full spread. That's the only thing. It's incredible. I wish it was a full spread. I wish it was like one big page. That's what I wish. That's great looking. That's great looking. Man, that's great looking. I wonder how long do you think we got? Hold on, I'm bugging. Hold on. I said something. I made a mistake. Or did I may be overthinking and confusing myself, but I was thinking that they were All for One's underlings just because of how they act. I don't know how else they would have access to Yoichi, right? But I'm reading this and it says, the height of All for One's prosperity, an era when his control spread unchecked. The panel directly under, I'm on page 14. The panel directly under that says, those who are under his control didn't even realize it, but our leader had misgivings about the future. In order to strike back against All for One's control, he gathered allies and fought. So I'm assuming that they were underlings. They were underlings and through, like, I don't know how I'm trying to word this. I feel dumb right now. But in the fan scans, it made it sound like both of them were his underlings. It kind of feels like that because they refer to him as our leader. And then they're like, in order to strike back against All for One's control, he gathered allies. So it's like, in a way, how, like, because the speech bubbles are pointing up to the third user. So he's still saying it. So it's like, I can look at it and be like, our leader means All for One, or our leader could be another individual that's fighting against All for One. I'm leaning more towards they were underlings, because how else would they have gotten to him? I would assume that All for One wouldn't leave his brother that much unchecked. I don't think he would. I think he would only leave people that he would trust, quotations, to watch over the room. But he did say he was building up. He gathered allies and fought. Like, so who else did he gather up? Did All for One dust all of them off too? Could it be possible that there's like some group or sect that looks to him kind of like FUG in a way, that they've been in the shadows this whole time, and maybe Deku could go? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe this a hidden group that's somehow been there all this time since the dawn of Quirks, hiding out, keeping a low profile, kind of like Redestro's followers. Destra, I should say, like Destro's followers. It could be something like that. That I think that would be kind of cool, but that would be a lot to tack onto the story, because I feel like if you tried to shoehorn that in, it'd be a little, it wouldn't hit right. But if that's a route we take, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. And I've always said that it wouldn't make sense for Shigaraki to be All for One's only backup plan, right? Because Gagan was a part of the plan, like Shigaraki, Gagan, like there's no way that's all he had up his sleeve. There has to be some other stuff that he had like going at the same time. He's too smart he's too smart to have put all his eggs in one basket. He's too smart for that. That man's too smart and too evil. I love that line on page 17, where Yoichi's like, well, like, what choice do you have now? Like, you're dead already. Like, essentially, like, you're dead already. There's no other reason why you would be here in the first place. So why are you fighting against this so hard? I really like that. I really like that line. It gives this guy purpose. We don't get their names, do we? No, we don't get their names. We don't get their names now. I'm so intrigued. I want more of them right now. I want more of them right now. I really do. The second and third. Seeing the discrimination in this gets me excited for the mini Shoji arc, assuming that Shoji will ever happen. Maybe, but I do think we might be stepping our way. This chapter, in a way, a little bit, this chapter felt like didn't it feel like, just a tiny bit, not exactly, but it felt like the chapter when Redestro was introduced to us. Just like how it kind of just like that first chapter stepped us into something and then we took off from there. It kind of introduced us something, and then moving forward, that's what we were dealing with. Like, this is the first time that discrimination has ever been like plainly put out like this. Like, there's been like characters talking about discrimination, yes, and mentioning it in like casually, but this is the first time we've ever seen like an individual be attacked and the people are like, you look like that, so you need to watch what you're doing. I think it's the first time that we've ever had it like that. So I don't think that's just a one-time thing. I don't think that's just a one-time thing. Corey went off on just how it looks. He just went off with Deku standing up on the tower. Remember that chapter with the anti-mutant Quirk? That's right. Yeah. That was so long ago. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Geez, you smacked me upside my head. That was a long time ago. Going back to the color page. I don't know if you were here, but Madman said Deku's cowl on the color page was bloody. Do you think it's bloody or is it dirty? I think me and Madman are leaning towards it being bloody. But is his like mask dirty or is it bloody? I appreciate the Deku, like, you, like, he's smiling, but they won't show us him smiling. We get the eyes from him though. I appreciate that. I like that a lot. The furry community is gonna have a field day with her own. Oh my! I keep forgetting that the internet is a weird place. Yeah, they are gonna have a field day. Think it's blood? Oh. If it's blood, it just makes him look even more savage. If it's blood, it just makes him even more savage. Gauntlets are red. I'm digging it. What I was trying to get a look at, the guy that had like the water cannon. It seemed like there was a water cannon of some sort, and it was like drawing water into the backpack and shooting it out. Like he's dummy strong in a rainstorm. They really were gonna murk her. That's what's crazy. They really were gonna like murk her. That junk is stupid. That junk is dumb. I hate discrimination. I like the fade to black. That the fade to black when Deku hit her with that. So I wonder if it'll go back to normal. He was like, "I'll make it so." I was like, "Huh?" And he just fades to black. I love it. Just the I can see like there's visuals that I'm picturing in my head. You can make that a cool moment. You can make that such a cool moment. If I'm being honest, hold on. Here goes my anime brain. If I'm being completely honest, this could be the end of season 6. Where are they getting this tech from though? Aside from the Meta Liberation Army group, could they be stealing it? They could be stealing it. Because weren't they running around, like, aren't they going, there's like, it's like disorder. So they could be like pillaging places, breaking in, doing stuff like that. It could be a bunch of that. It also could be like these groups flooding the neighborhoods, kind of like flooding neighborhoods with guns and drugs and stuff like that. It could be something like that too. There's a group that's, I don't think, was that mentioned already? There's a group that's like pushing all this stuff into the different communities so that they exasperate the situation even more. I don't know, just someone trying to come in and make a buck off of it. So yeah, we'll give the heroes that want to do something some equipment, and also we'll flood the streets as well, make money from both sides, kind of what Chisaki was gonna do with the drug. I think this could be the end of season 6. I'll be able, like, whenever we finish this arc in the anime currently, the class battle, however episodes it takes them to adapt that, I'll definitely be able to accurately gauge how they'll adapt the war, because the class battle is a lot of talking and a lot of fighting. So, like this week's episode, I'm pretty sure this fight was going to take 2 episodes. The Bakugo fight should be a part in an episode. The Todoroki stuff probably will be 2 episodes. And then the Deku stuff is going to be 2 episodes too. So I think that puts us at episode 10. Because we're already done with a fight. We're done with a fight, and the second fight is taking 2. We're going to start, well, I'm pretty sure we'll start the next battle at the end of next week. And then finish it in the next episode, and then so on and so forth. So I think we'll be at episode like 9, because it's episode what episode is it now? 4? 5? It's episode like 4 or 5 right now, and I would say there's about 4 or 5 more episodes left of this class battle, so it takes us to about maybe episode 10, maybe episode 11, possibly episode 12. It's episode 5 right now, so episode 6, 7, 8, 9. So about episode 10 or 11, we should be done with the class battle. Yeah. I figured they would have snuck the Endeavor Agency in at the end of the season, just like they did the Endeavor and Nomu fight at the end of last season. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I thought that was going to be the start of this season, but they squeezed it right on in there. It didn't feel fast either. It ended strong too. So we end the Endeavor Agency this season, and we just kick off. I have to sit down and actually do it because I was doing it at work. And like in the car, I was all over the place. So I wasn't able to accurately go through it. But I was at like episode 14, and like trying to like pace out the adaptation. I was at maybe like episode 13, episode 14, and we were just like Deku and Shigaraki were just fighting. And like how I was planning it out. So I'm like, none of the Dabi stuff happened. So I'm like, I don't see how they do that. I don't know how they're going to adapt the war. Because like the war starts off, the hospital stuff, that's going to be, because it goes Endeavor and everyone walk into the hospital. Kyudai takes off, he runs, Mirko chases after him. The near high ends activate. And then it teases us with Mirko gonna do something, and then we cut over to the mansion, and then we deal with the mansion stuff. We deal with the kids, we do all that. The Twice, the Hawks, the Dabi, all that stuff happens, and then we cut back to Mirko, and then we see her damage, this, and then we cut back. It's all like it's back and forth when you're like not sitting here week to week waiting for it. Like Shigaraki dusts everything. Like if I'm planning it out, like episode 5 or 6, episode 5, 6 or 7, he's dusting everything. The Gagan and Mount Lady stuff is maybe an episode or 2 after that. Like I feel like in my brain I'm at episode 11 or 12, and that's when things are really starting to pop off. I don't know. And then I say the war ends maybe episode 18. Episode I don't know. But I can see them moving a lot of stuff around. I can see them, like what you're saying, Dexter. They might take some liberties with it. I think how they do it, because in the manga we cut away from Mirko, go to the mansion, and then come back to Mirko, and then we go back, like it's back and forth. I could see them sticking with the entire hospital up until she smacks the glass. When she smacks the glass and it bursts open, I could see us then cutting over to the mansion, and we go through the entire events at the mansion. I do see that. We go through the entire events at the mansion, everything from start to finish. And then whenever Hawks does the killing blow and we get that scene with Toga and Twice, we then cut back to Shigaraki dusting everything, and we ride out like that. And then we could flip back and forth at that point with the Mount Lady. Like we could flip like that. It's so much stuff. I do think the next season will be the same thing. The heroes vanish from the streets. I think I'm gonna sit today, and I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to sit today and do it and figure out exactly how they're gonna adapt it. Because I'm trying to cut down, because there's so much fighting. So I'm trying to like cut it down. So I'm like, I don't like, none of these chapters is gonna be like 2 chapters per episodes. There might be a chance where 3 chapters might get condensed into an episode, because a lot of those chapters are just fighting. So that's why I don't know. I hope they don't try to squeeze it down. They just need to let the war arc breathe. But I don't see how you do the entire war in 12 episodes or 13 episodes or 14 episodes. That I don't see. Like all the Mirko stuff is that can be an episode. Like it could be the back half of an episode. Let me say that. Like the episode starts off with Endeavor walking into the hospital. The mid-season is Cute Eye. The end of that chapter, Cute Eye looking at him, screaming for his life. And then Mirko pops out from behind Endeavor. That's the back half of that episode. Episode ends, episode starts. And then I don't know. You see, I'm getting confused. I need to actually look at the chapters and look at like listings and everything. I don't know. In my brain, the war arc ends at like episode 16 or 17, something crazy like that. We do about 2 episodes on the Todoroki family. 2 episodes, possibly 3 episodes on the Todoroki family. The Tartarus stuff, that's not even an episode. That's, unless you want to add some more into that, that's a half an episode. That entire Tartarus attack is it? No, that whole Tartarus chapter, it could be. No, that's a half. I think that's a half an episode. That Tartarus chapter, that's like a half an episode. Starts off with the guards on the bridge. This and a third, you go. It gets unlocked. The doors unlock. Explosions. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Yeah, that's an episode. That's an episode. A half an episode. I'm confusing myself. Yeah, a half an episode after like the back half of an episode. Trying to remember everything. You got that. Then you got you could do a half an episode for the Hawks stuff. And then all this Deku stuff. I do think, unless next week is even like it involves a lot more of this stuff, I could see one of these panels of Deku, like I don't like, because you got the Deku and Muscular fight. That's a half an episode. I feel like that the entire like that's one episode. Like the Shindo confronting Deku, showing up saving Shindo, and then the Muscular and Deku fight, that's an entire episode. Do you end the season with that? I think you end the season with this. I think this chapter, if it's adding up in my brain correctly, I think this chapter is how you end the season. I think this chapter is how you end the season. You ended with all of the Vestiges coming together behind Deku, and you end it off. I think that's how you end it. I do think next chapter is a cutaway too. If it's not, I'm all for it. If it's not a cutaway, I'm all for it. But I do think it's a cutaway too. I'm watching Prison School episode 11 and 12. Prison School is incredible. Prison School is one of the funniest shows I've watched. It is all types of nuts, but it's funny. It's funny. I couldn't make it past the first episode. I thought it was funny. Prison School is absolutely crazy, but it's funny. It's funny. I'm not gonna lie, it's funny. Prison School is crazy, but it's funny. It's funny. It's absolutely nuts. Right, and Prison School, like that kind, like that genre, that show, it's not my cup of tea, but I'm telling you, and that show's not a gateway. Usually a show would be a gateway for me to get into a genre. No. That show is just on its own. I like that show. That's it. I've attempted to watch other shows in the same vein. Nope. I don't know, something about those four guys. They crack me up. Gotta love Deku's confidence in this chapter. I do. I really do. I love Hori. This panel of Shigaraki, when he's like, when his hands out, I can't remember what he's saying in that panel. But Hori's like, Hori was like, I drew my ass off on that panel. I'm gonna use it over and over and over again. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. But I'm loving how Deku is now. I'm loving how Deku is. I'm also liking how, like, you can take it very superficial with him saying like he doesn't want to be around people. You could be like, oh, he's acting too much. But when you're really looking at it and like the real scope of that, these super evil, super powerful individuals are solely after him. So like being places, sticking around individuals is like the worst possible thing that he possibly could do. That's way too many uses of possible at the same time. Like he could save this lady, but he can't stick around and talk to her. It's just like here and there, because if they happen to see him, it brings up why I didn't want him to tell the students about the quirk. It brings up just the fact of anyone he's around, he puts in like direct fire. Because if I can't get to him, I can get to them. And I think that's going to be a thing now. I don't know if All For One and Shigaraki, if they'll attack UA or if they'll attack some of these things because they know Deku goes to UA. They know this. So I don't know if they'll attack those places to draw him there. Because you know he's going to go there if they pop up and just start attacking. Or are they just going to solely be doggedly after Deku? Like if he shows up, pops, I don't know. But I like the caution that he's operating under, because it's like at any moment, like the anxiety has to be at an all-time high. Because at any moment, like these, I don't want to call them world-ending beings because they're not that strong. Well, kinda. I think if they wanted to subjugate all of humanity, they possibly could. Especially, matter of fact, Shigaraki is a world-ending device, isn't he? Could you consider if you could consider Shigaraki a world-ending device? Not like blowing the planet up, but he could bring the entire human race to extinction. Like if his body wouldn't fall apart with him using all of his quirk, like at max power, like in theory, let me say that. In theory, Shigaraki could be an extinction level event. Could Shigaraki powered by One For All destroy the world? Questions I'm asking myself right now. I think if he got One For All, he would just burst into pieces. It would be too much power for him. He'd burst into pieces. I wonder. That'd be interesting. That's not Shiggy's style. He just goes after Deku. That's true. Is it? No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Well, it's hard to say. I was thinking mad far. Shigaraki's a completely different person than he was all the way back then. It's hard to say it's hard to say how Shigaraki will operate, because we haven't seen him properly operate since he was operated on. Too many uses of that word, but you get what I mean. Since he was changed, we haven't seen him be able to plan something. He was on the defense the entire war. They woke him up. All For One's meddling with stuff. Like he's just like, what the hell's going on? Like that. He's just in a perpetual state of what the hell is going on. So I want to see how Shigaraki like plans now. Like how he regroups now. That's what I think. That's what I would like to see, to be able to judge how he would be moving forward. Because I think now, because Deku and Shigaraki are both at points where Deku and Shigaraki, they're both at points where they've completely changed from who they were. Completely. Yeah, they've completely changed from who they were. Like the ways that they operated before are not the ways that they're going to operate now. So I don't think anything Shigaraki's done in the past can mold what he'll do in the future. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it. I'm thinking that though. They said Twice by himself could overrun a whole country. That's right. I was just thinking, like, if Shigaraki was just like, if his quirk mutation evolution, I forgot what they call it in the series, but with that, like, could he in a sense, do you think he could dust an explosion? I'm sorry, I'm being so random right now. Do you think he could dust an explosion? Like, if Bakugo shot an explosion in his face, could he dust it so it didn't affect him? I don't know. I would guess so. Maybe not. I don't know how that stuff works. Could he dust rain? Could he dust water? I need to Google. How does Shigaraki's quirk work? I think that's a Googleable question, I guess. Can you grab an explosion? You can put all 5 fingers on an explosion. You can dust dirt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, if the explosion hit his hand and he activated his quirk, would it dust the explosion? But I think that would depend on if we're really getting the science, like if the molecules were close enough, correct? Because because molecules are more farther apart, so from like solid to a liquid to a gases, the molecules are so far apart that it's a gas. But when it's a liquid, they're a little bit closer. When they're a solid, they're close. Doesn't mean you can keep all 5 fingers, but I think he would keep all 5 fingers because he's definitely enhanced. So I think he might be able to successfully grab explosion. That sounds crazy. Sounds kind of stupid too, but I don't know. All right. Let's look at Shigaraki's wiki page and see what they say about his quirks. He's built. Tomora's quirk allows him to disintegrate whatever he touches with all 5 fingers. It will take effect whether the target is organic or not. The disintegration spreads quickly and will spread throughout the victim's whole body if they do not amputate the decaying body part. His quirk can even spread beyond what he's touching, allowing him to disintegrate large groups of enemies instantly. Okay, so I think this answers our question. Because the quirk has to touch a solid object in order to be activated, it's possible to counter it through manipulation of fluids or particles such as Snatch's sand body. Okay, cool. I think that answers our question. So he can't grab explosions. But also, I stopped reading, by the way. Didn't his Shigaraki, like, he doesn't need to use all 5 fingers anymore, doesn't, right? Since his quirk did the thingy? I'm sorry. Maybe I should have just kept reading. I'm looking at the chapter. But he doesn't need to use all 5 fingers anymore, right? Because he doesn't have 5 fingers on his hand anymore. I'm pretty sure he still can use his quirk with that hand. But he can't grab explosions. He can't grab water. He can't grab sand. But it's weird. He can't like if you use sand on him, he can't decay the sand. But if he decays something and then it flies in the air and it's decaying, it could touch him. The dust could touch you and decay you. That's pretty crazy. All right, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? Da 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 da. I was actually thinking that during the war arc, before he got float, he could just turn him into water. Yeah, with. I'm sorry. He used 2 against Redestro, that's right. I think he meant to say throw Shiggy into him. I was confused. I was like, huh? I think I get it. But then, like, but still, even in the water, if he touched Deku in the water, it would still activate. So it would still be the same, like, it would still be the same thing. Of, like, you can't let him touch you. Keep forgetting that Shigaraki is super powerful now. He's tanky and he has super strength. So, like, even if they were in the water, they both could swim around like Aquaman by using, like, super strong kicks and stuff. So the whole thing would just be who would have to breathe air first. Yeah, I think Deku has the advantage in the sky because of float. So I think that's the best course of action. You see Shiggy using decay particles as a projectile weapon. What I want to see is, you just brought that up in my brain. Just like a panel of like some like jobber people standing there, and you just see like some dust like float into a panel, and then they just start to fall apart. That would be scary. Like, that would be actually scary. Like, what do you do if he goes to the highest point in the city? And it sounds stupid, but he just like like he decays a building and then just lets it flow into the city. Like that's scary. Like, that's scary. Like, he could walk. He doesn't have to do this anymore. He could just like be walking by someone and just like, and it's over for you. Shigaraki's quirk is scary. Oh, come on. I'm trying to zoom in on this panel. 1, 2, 6, 7. Yep. That's All Might. That's Shinomori. That's N. That's Banjo. That's Nana. Okay. And that's just his main. Wait, that's just his main quirk. That's not all the. Who Lord knows how many quirks he actually has. Lord knows how many quirks he actually has. I'm digging this, man. I really am. It's 5 o'clock. We've been here for an hour. Jeesh. Jeesh. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Good chapter. Good chapter. I want to see what everyone's saying in the Discord. Did anyone put anything? Manga. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys for pretty sure All-For-One picked Quirk's match to Shiggy 2. He did. He definitely did. My idea was that he could throw him into the water, and since he can't decay water, just fight him there. And just have to worry about Shiggy decaying everyone. That's true. Yeah, it's true. He did say he picked Quirk's the Max Shigaraki. It's nuts. They cloned his Quirk, gave him the original, and then All-For-One took a copy of his own Quirk. That's stupid. It's pretty dumb. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, I appreciate you guys again. Thank you. There's no chapter next week, so we won't be here next week. Tomorrow I'm planning to do some super special 86 streams, so if you're interested in that, swing on by. And then things usually scheduled, like the usually scheduled programming throughout the next 2 weeks. So I'll catch you May 9th. Yeah, May 9th is 2 Sundays from now. Is it? Yes, May 9th is 2 Sundays from now. So he's got a big villain brain. Yes. So I'll see you May 9th. Thank you guys again. I appreciate it. Peace out.